Spontaneous sportsman. I'm here on a New Mexico morning. It's about 7:30 a.m. on the Rio Grande. If you can see behind me, we got some cottonwood trees here. It's a beautiful summer day. The sun came up about an hour ago, and last night, I'm going to show you guys in a second here, I set out a trot line to catch some catfish. And that's not trout line, it's Trotline, trot line. And I'll show you how all that stuff works, but we put it out last night right before dusk. So I'm going to go pull that now, and we're going to see what we caught last night on this trot line. And I'll go over what we baited it with and all that good stuff. But let's go check it out. Guys, I'm going to reel this trot line in. It's tied off right here to this little shrub. And this is the end of it. And it goes out quite a ways. You'll see how long it is as I'm reeling it in. We'll show you the fish as I take them in. And it might not just be catfish, it might be other fish too. But I baited it with cut bait. So there's cut white sucker chunks on some hooks, and then other hooks have carp, common carp chunks on there. And I leave the skin on and the scales on there because it stays on the hook better that way. Okay? So this has been overnight. We're going to see if we have any fish at all on here. Hopefully we do. We'll see. And then we're going to fillet them and then show you the finished product here. So this trot line here has 15 dropper lines, 15 hooks on it. And we'll go into all that, but let's look and see what we got on here. Oh, also, in New Mexico, we have to put, we have to tag it every time we set it, a trot line. So I have this little water bottle empty, and I set it on the main line, tie it to there. And on this piece of paper that's inside the water bottle, I have all the information required to set the trot line. All these states are going to probably be different regulations, but here in New Mexico, our regulations state that you need your name, address, your license number, fishing license number written down, and the day you set it. So I set it last night, which would be the 14th of July. So I wrote all that stuff down here. And then you just mark it on your tag, on your tied to the main line somewhere where they can, if Game and Fish checks it, they can read all that stuff. That's what makes it legal. So let's check and see what we got in here. I'm going to reel in this line. Hopefully we got a few fish. I love setting trot lines because it's like Christmas morning when you're a kid. You never know what you're going to find. The presents under the tree, you know. The excitement right now is palpitating. So we got some lines here with nothing on them. We have this cut bait, like I said. I think I can feel a fish on here, but here's the cut bait. Well, it's not a fish, it's a giant turtle. That's a soft-shelled turtle right there, see that? So, not always do you have a fish on here. That's a soft-shelled turtle. And this guy I'm going to release, okay? I'm going to release this turtle. at the very end of the trot line, we have an anchor. Okay? And it's usually a bleach bottle filled with rocks. And then you fill this up with water and then throw it out. So this was not a very successful set for Trotline. All I caught was a turtle, which I'm going to release. Probably try a different part of the river next time. This was not very successful. What I'm going to do now is pull all these dropper lines off and put them on a, I'll show you what I got here. Put all these hooks and lines on this guy. This holds all the hooks here. Drilled some holes here. The line goes down. You have 15 hooks on the main line, and I'll show you guys what that looks like as soon as I release this turtle. Let me release this turtle real quick. Okay, I released that turtle. This is what the dropper lines look like. So I made this myself. This is a homemade trot line. So you have two stoppers on the main line. This is just a piece of rope. Try to use waterproof rope. You're going to make your own. Then you have a snap swivel here, a pretty big one, a hefty one. So your swivel and then your snap. And then to that snap swivel, I make these monofilament. This is 40-pound Trotline big cat line. It's really stout. And then either a 2-0, 2-aught, or 3-aught hook. And I usually use circle hooks or J hooks to bait it, but I also might use bait holder hooks who have the little barbs here on the shank to hold the bait on better. This is a piece of carp. See how big that scale is? So this is a cut bait piece of carp. All I caught was a turtle, but sometimes when I've set in this location before, I've caught some huge catfish. So it just depends, but it's always fun. And usually these dropper lines are about 12 inches long from here to here. Sometimes I'll make them 8 inches. And then you space the hooks about this far apart. So I don't know if you can see that, but about that far apart. That way, if you get two catfish, they don't tangle each other up on the main line. But I have 15 of these dropper hooks set out at that's about 2-foot interval, 24 inches, 15 of them. But in New Mexico, you can actually set 25 hooks on one line per fishing license. So I could have made this longer if I wanted to, but usually I'll keep it less than the regulations require, but 15 is fine. You know, if I had 15 fish here, I'd probably be filleting all day. So it is what it is. I'm going to kind of take this apart now. But all you need is a rope, waterproof rope, some fishing line, some hooks, and then these stoppers here, and a barrel swivel, thing of bleach, empty thing of bleach. Wash it out real good. You want to put bleach into the river, and then your water bottle where you put your tag in, and then that's about it. You just tie it to the main line. It's real simple, real easy to do. Hopefully you guys can try it sometime. I'm going to take this apart now. Before I forget, let me show you guys the difference between the hooks that I'm using. I noticed after I pulled this trot line, I don't have the third type of hook, which is a bait holder that has a couple of barbs on the shank to hold the bait up on the top of the hook. That's typically used like with worms or something that needs to go the whole distance of the hook. So the two kind of hooks that I have on this trot line are going to be called a J hook, and the J hook is called a J hook because it's shaped like a J. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's just a J. It's got a really sharp point here, and it goes up. There's no little barbs coming off this main shank here. So you just bait it, and the bait kind of hangs down here on the J hook. The other kind of hook I have is a circle hook. They're really good if you want to release a fish. Circle hooks are almost a full circle, so it comes down, the shank comes down, and it bends back in on itself, almost completing a circle. So when the fish pulls on this, it hooks itself in the corner of the mouth right here, and it's really easy to take the hook out because that circle hook forces the point of the hook outside of the mouth on the corner of the mouth every single time. So if you're actually fishing, not trot lining, but fishing, you don't even really need to set the hook. You just kind of pull. If you get a bite, you pull on the rod tip and it'll set the hook itself right in the corner of the mouth. If you yank this really hard, you're probably going to yank it out of the fish's mouth. So if you're fishing with these circle hooks, you really need to change the way you set the hook. You just kind of reel it in and it sets itself. Okay. I got my trot line all reeled in. I'm going to show you a few more things that I'm going to do today, and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys.